welcome to episode 23 of the Gingerspyce Tiefling Druid. In this episode, I'm going to be doing Trial by Fury in the Demonweb, and I am level 23. Don't really have anything new to a whole lot new to mention on the gear side, but I did change out a couple pieces of gear. So I'll quickly go over the stuff that's the same. Got the Epic Torque there, slotted with Festive Wisdom out of Night Revels. Pansophic Circlet is the same, and Wisdom and Evocation focus on the goggles. Still using the Epic Red Dragon Armor, the Heavy. Heroic Green Steel, Mineral 2, big stacking hit points on the bracers. Constitution False Life on the ring, crafted. Another crafted. Dexterity Parrying, Insightful Spell Sight. On a Legacy double slotted item. The big stacking 25% mischance on the Briller Finger Gloves. Got just a gap filler here. Charisma, Devotion, Insightful Physical Sheltering, crafted. Big stacking cold and electric spell power on the Thrumming Spark Cord. And the Epic Cloak of Flames. This is now my source of combustion and fire lore. Also got to slot it up with Sapphire of Good Luck +2. And Diamond of Exceptional Wisdom +1. And a crafted trinket with Insightful Spell Saves, Sheltering, and Spell Focus Mastery +3. The two pieces of gear that have changed, I decided to start using the Crystalline Ward. I gave up on the two-piece set, the Seasons of Change set, because I'm able to get better at this point. So, and I wanted to show just like an alternate, gear set. So I got rid of the Wild Frost and the Giant's Platter, and so I'm using the Crystalline Ward Shield. I didn't, last time I mentioned that one gap in the gearing was Insightful Magical Sheltering. Well, here it is here, and I also have Quality Magical Sheltering too, so that's nice. Not a whole lot else going on for the shield. It has a slightly higher shield bonus, so that's more armor class. I'll take it. The Potency 60 is not as good as the Pansophic Circlet, so that's meaningless to me, but certainly could be a source of general potency in some gear sets. The Pansophic Circlet, when it first came out and for a couple of years, that was just a must-have item, but, there's ways to work around it now. If you're having trouble fitting in everything, and like this has potency 60, so, something like this, you could even potentially forego the Pansophic Circlet, because it has potency 63. It does have Insightful Potency 31 and Quality Potency 8, but, if you had Insightful Potencies for the spell powers that you cared about elsewhere, then, you could certainly forego the Pansophic Circlet, like I said, in certain gear sets. See, the other piece that I got, so I'm using the Ice Razor. I wanted to show this because, it's an example of a low-B weapon that you could make sentient. To make a sentient weapon, it has to be a base 20 or above weapon, so you can't make the heroic Wild Frost or Wild Flame sentient, because those are like level 14, but this is a level 21 weapon. And I don't have enough, junk loot laying around to max out all the filigrees here, so I just have 5 filigrees filled in here, and so I went with the 4-piece Odo set. That's what I normally run with at endgame. I chose Spell Power, Constitution, PRR, and MRR, and at the bottom you can see the 2-piece set gives me +5 MRR, the 3 gives me 200 spell points, and the 4 pieces give me an additional +2 to the DCs of all spells. So +2 to the DCs of all spells is clearly better than the +1 artifact bonus to evocation DCs that I was getting out of the Seasons of Change set. So, and then the difference in spell power, for the base glaciation and Insightful glaciation, I already have Insightful potency here, so it's just, 14 more here or so. But, this has higher glaciation on it, so that helps to, overcome some of that difference. And then I had a 5th filigree slot. I just decided to put the Grandfather Shield. Healing Amplification, like I said before, Healing Amplification was a hole in my gear set at this point. So that gives me 10 heal amp. And like I said, I didn't have any more junk loot laying around to be able to, max out all the filigrees. Of course, my endgame weapon is maxed out, but, one for just epic leveling. I'm not too concerned about it being the best. Okay. So that's that. Oh, another little point of fact is, oops, equipped the wrong weapon, is that the Ice Razor is bound to character on equip. However, if you make it sentient first, before you equip it, then it becomes bound to account, and will stay bound to account. So, and you can move it around if you want to. You can see at the top it says bound to account. So make it sentient first before you equip it to keep it bound to account. Also wanted to mention, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the series, but I want to make sure I mention at some point that, in case you weren't around several months ago, a lot of new favor rewards were added. So a lot of the house favors, like Fjarlin and Kundrak, etc., they have additional bonuses for the different favor reward tiers, like bonuses to your skills. Some of them have bonus hit points. So you want to make sure you're turning those in. So, I haven't turned in PDK in the 12 and Yugoloth because I know there's nothing that I need right now from them. They don't give any skill points or hit points. But the other ones I've made sure to turn in. So in case you weren't aware that those changes were made several months ago, then you're going to want to go on DDO Wiki and look up favor rewards and see some of the things that might be interesting to you. Like I said, lots of bonuses to skills and hit points too. So good stuff available there now. Really nice changes. Okay, nothing to mention on enhancements, of course, because I'm epic, so nothing's changed. No new feats at 23, no new spells. Reaper trees, nothing to really mention, I guess, until level 25 is when I can get the tier 5 cores. And then level 27 is when I can get the top tier stuff in the main trees. On the quest side, I've really just done the first 2 web flagging chains and did Don't Drink the Water and Belly the Beast. You can see I'm totally pegged up against level 25 right now, so I won't be getting any XP for this. I'm actually over because I got a Monster Manual reward, and Monster Manual rewards are one of those things that can actually take you over and above the normal experience cap. So that's why I'm 9,599 past what I otherwise would be able to. Well, I think that's all I'm going to mention. And let's get to the quest. So I'm actually going to run out to the quest on video because I want to mention a tip for navigating your way around the Demonweb. So a lot of people come in here and they'll, some of the web strands are random, and so they might come in here and wait for this web strand to connect these 2 islands. Just recall out and reset and keep doing that until they get that web strand, because it can make it easier to navigate. But if you just know the simple teleport locations, you don't even need to do that. You don't need to mess around with resetting the instance. All you have to do is jump off. There's just 3 different places that you can teleport to, and so this teleport location is actually at the final quest of out here. There's 3 of them out here, and so this is Reclaiming the Rift. So you can teleport pretty much directly to that quest. And there's 2 other teleport locations. You might have to jump off several times to get the one you want. But the one we're looking for is right about in the middle of the zone. So it's actually not this one. So I'm going to jump off again. And still not this one. And now I'm by Reclaiming the Rift. Okay, this is where I want to be. Then you get the little explorer right there. And we're just going to go up here. Up the web strand. And over here. Block the web line trip so that we don't get tripped. Okay, and here we are at the island that has the quest. See, no big deal. You don't have to keep resetting the instance for that one web strand. It's just right here, right? And then if you wanted to go to the next one, Dealing the Demon, you just go up from here. Okay, and you're going to, let's see, you're just going to go over a couple islands that way, and Dealing the Demon is right over there. No big deal. So stop resetting the Demonweb and waiting for that strand, because that's just silly. Just get familiar with the teleport locations. Okay, so I chose this quest because I did this one during the Northwynd 2 series. And in that one I did it on R2. And last time I mentioned that I've seemed to have, come to realize that, all these extra past lives and Reaper points and, gear and stuff, they've bought me about 2 skulls worth of additional solo ability. So since I did it on R2 on Northwynd, we're going to try it on R4 on Gingerspyce. Switch into fire and then back to water just to get my mantle applied. Why is my mantle not applied? There it goes, a little bit of delay. So I'm going to show you my preferred path through this. This one is a very, very confusing map, and if you're new to it, you can really spend a lot of time getting lost. So here I'm just going to pull the 1 Trial of Wits. The Trial of Might is a fight. It just spawns mobs, and you don't even have to deal with that. But the Trial of Wits is just a puzzle. This is the same as the Shroud 3x3. If you know the algorithm for that, it's very easy. If you don't, I recommend you go searching, Google for, like, oops, I didn't mean to hit that one. For how to solve the Shroud puzzles without a solver. And there's some really great write-ups. Damn. I need to focus here. There's really great write-ups that explain a very simple algorithm that you can learn, and once you learn it, you're never going to have to worry about using a solver again. Okay, so we're going to take that little jewel there, and that's going to let us get past the barriers. I actually do have a much older video that shows how to get to all of the optional chests. A whole bunch of there's like 6 optional chests in here. And some of them are kind of neat and in weird places. But so we're going to come down here. And you can fight Shufrix there, but on R4, I don't want to take the extra time and spend the extra resources. So I'm just going to go right past all that crap. Come up here and go over like this. And then we're going to make a left turn. Here's an island where there's multiple ways to go. Hey, there's a shrine already, so we're going to go down that way, but you could also go that way. So we're going to go down this way. And here's Choaz. We're going to fight Choaz. Now we're going to get tripped, apparently, and overcome by everything. Kind of close, huh? Hit him with the freezing spray, creeping cold, greater creeping cold. We'll hit him with the creeping doom too. That'll splash around onto the other mobs. I can actually charm these spiders. Right, with Charm Animal, Spider's a terrible save. See that? Bam, bam, bam. Okay, since we killed Choaz, if you want to avoid those spell wards, by the way, you can just come up here. It's kind of a tricky jump, but you can come over here and wait for your slow to wear off that you got from that trap, from that spell ward, and then you can just jump up right there. And there's another spell ward there, but you can avoid that by coming up right here. And get your little funky chest. And get yourself some spider silk robes, right? Those were baller back when this pack came out. Every caster wanted that. Okay, we're gonna come up here. This is a big jump, so you might need a haste or a sprint boost or something. But I'm gonna go ahead and kill these clowns. Creeping Doom. splashes onto all of them. I'm gonna hit one of my little wild blasphemies. Oh, I'm gonna eat my candies too. And pick the rest of them off of the SLAs. Oh, have another earthquake. I don't need you guys casting at me while I'm killing you. Yeah, I'll take that. I could have run by them. So here, it was funny that you can pull this and you can actually fight Cho as again. The guy that we just killed, he'll spawn again, even if you already killed him, and then you can get another chest. But on R4, I don't want to do the Trial of Might, because I don't want to fight all those extra mobs. So we're just going to come up here, and make this jump here. And we're going to make sure we cut right as soon as we clear the jump. Get onto this strand, and we're going to keep going. This could be a really quick one when you know your way through it. If you don't know your way through it, you can spend a lot of time getting lost. Not even going to mess with those trials. Don't need them. We only need the one jewel. That's going to get us past one barrier. This one right here. You can actually... There's a way to jump over it, but... You know, it's no big deal to do those puzzles, right? Earthquake, Ice Storm, Sleet Storm. Let's give them the Obscuring Darkness 2. And our SLA of Storm of Vengeance. Let's go ahead and do the Creeping Doom. That splashes on all of them. Start single targeting with our SLAs. We're going to blind them. Throw another Earthquake. We can throw lots of Earthquakes, right? Because we don't have it maximized or empowered, so it's cheap to cast, right? If we had it maximized and empowered, it would be expensive, and it's not worth maximizing and empowering Earthquake, because it just doesn't do enough damage to justify all that added spell point cost. But unmaximized and unempowered, you know, just quickened, your Earthquake is, what is it here? That's 51 points. So we got Shrine there. I'm going to save it. Reaper will do the whole personal hurricane here. Even gonna do the Creeping Doom. That splashes on everything. Let's focus on this champion next. We don't need him biting at our heels. Remnants, hell yeah. Here's a funny jump up here. Cut through here. And over there. Oh, you know what? Did I talk to... Yeah, I talked to him at the start. Sometimes I do this quest and I forget to talk to him at the start. And then I gotta go back at the end. And that always sucks. Okay, again, we're doing the personal hurricane here. Maljuve white dotted. Let's charm some of these things, because why not, right? I mean, they hurt, so why not charm some? Okay, we just need to kill the one guy. Now, unfortunately, we can't dismiss charm animal like you can normal charms, so we can't just dismiss these one by one and take them out. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to run back and use that shrine. Now I'll have pretty much a full mana bar for the end fight. And from here, I'm going to jump over here. Oops. I hit some like invisible wall or something. Hello. Okay, well I guess that's not happening. We'll just snow slide over here. I love how they made it so that the wolf wags its tail when it's resting now. That's great. It didn't used to do that prior to update 38. They actually added a whole bunch of new animations for the emotes of the wolf and bear, if you didn't know that. Have some fun with it. Some really funny things. You know, you can do like wave. I think he is beg. Yeah. What else? There's a whole bunch of them. Does runaway work? Yeah. So, anyways, you can play with that if you want to. It's fun. Make you laugh. I keep failing my arcane spell failure for my GH scroll. There we go. But like I said before, it's such an important buff. It's such a great buff that, you know, it's worth failing a few times if you have to do that to get a success. I'm going to go ahead and change to Winterwolf form and quickly snow slide past all this jazz. Jump up here. I remember when I did this on Northwynd, it had been so long since I did this quest, I forgot that switch was there and I didn't see it. I went back and did some extra fighting I didn't need to do. I changed out of elemental form and back and wolf into wolf and then back, so I want to reapply my elemental toughness. That gives me 20 stacking PRR. I lose that in wolf form. Let's stun him with Assault Ray. Alright. Now let's see if we can handle this guy on R4. I bet he's going to be pretty tough. Hit both the boost. Ice Storm, Sleet Storm. Well, we can't knock down bosses with Earthquake, but I'll keep that renewal going. That's going to really help with keeping that red bar up. Constantly keep the renewal going. Got the examination window up, making sure that we don't overwrite our own Creeping Cold and Greater Creeping Cold. Got my leaves that proc that tells me I need to reapply my Spring's Resurgence. I get in my temporary hit points from my Winter's Heart. That'll help mitigate some damage. To the Enveloping Swarm, Creeping Doom. Creeping Cold, Greater Creeping Cold. Let's get some renewal and cocoonage going. Let's hit both those spell power boosts again. Storm of Vengeance, another round of Creeping Colds. Ooh, he's gonna take it all out of me. I should have hit my Night Revels Regalia. That would have made a difference. I'd have been doing more spell damage, critical damage. He does hurt, doesn't he? Yeah, he's getting some big hits on me. Alright, let's go ahead and do the displacement. Maybe he'll hit me a little bit less. Time for some more creeping cold. There's some temporary hit points. Let's go ahead and do a wild blasphemy. The acid dots. Big heal. Renewal cocoon. Yeah, Night Rebels is that Night Rebels clicky on the armor. You know, it's not easy to do. You can't do it in the middle of combat because you gotta re-equip your heavy armor. You know, equipping heavy armor takes time. So I should have done that before I came in here. Woo. Down to 3 hit points. That was close. Go ahead and drink the 1 minute pot of displacement. Ooh, these are all my big clickies used up right now. Reapply the cold spray. I hope that's going to finish him off because I am just about out. Obviously, this will go much smoother in a group. You know, everybody's beating him down. Maybe you got somebody helping heal you, but it was fun to do it on R4. He's getting some really big hits on me, and that was pretty close, but we got it done. But we're not out yet. Alright, we're going to come down here. There's a little spot you can jump down there. I'm going to quickly snow slide through all this jazz. Remember, snow slide moves right through mobs, and I'm going to hit the Orb of Will, or Orb of Loth, and then I'm going to just get out of dodge. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about my videos, you respond on YouTube. If you have any questions about my build, you respond to my build posts in the Druid forum.